Today I am here with a phenomenal woman, Niques Dollhouse. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so
That's
much for
good.
meeting with me.
Of
You look
course.
beautiful, by the
Thank
way.
you. So do you.
I appreciate it. You guys,
Mhm.
Nique is a phenomenal woman in the community in the aspect of she's not only a barber, she's a stylist, and she's an entrepreneur. So we're going to jump right in. Can you give us a little bit of background about how you started? What interested you to even get started to become who you are today?
As far as a hairstylist or a barber, or it all and all
We're going to do
together.
all of it right now. For right now, we're
Okay,
going to do all of it. Absolutely.
got it. Okay. So actually, I've always been into hair, like since I was young. My mom, I never used to go to hair salons. My mom used to do my hair. My cousin used to do my hair. My sister used to do my hair. And growing up, like at the playground, when the girls used to like cornrows used to come out or plaits used to come out, I used to go and like retwist it and put their clip back on the end before they went home so they wouldn't get in trouble. So I was that girl always in somebody's had their hand in somebody's head. And as I was getting older, I always tried like different styles. People always so when they see me, they like, is it the same person? Because I changed my hair up so often. So that's always been me growing up. And then when I went to high school, I went to Gwen Park High School and they had a cosmetology program. And I joined the class and instantly I fell in love. Like every day I was in there on time. I was raising my hand. I was asking all the questions. Like I just loved hair. I didn't know that's exactly what I wanted to do. Because at first I was looking into more like psychology, social work, that type of thing. But once I got into hair, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Because I did it often on myself and like my cousin and stuff. As far as I learned actually doing sew-ins actually from my mom, because that's who used to do mines. And then from there, I just picked up what she taught me, and then I just went with that. And so in hair school, so I graduated actually with my cosmetology license, and then after that, I went to Bowie State. I went to Bowie State for actually 4 year, and then HBCU's child. They messed up my transcripts my sophomore year, so I don't like to be unproductive. So I went ahead and went to um barbering school because I always wanted to, because I'm like, I always wanted to be able to do male and female hair because I believe in whatever you do, just try to be the best at it. So be well rounded and try to stay knowledgeable and stay on top of everything in your craft. So I went to barbering school, and once I went there, I was locked in barbering school. And then from there, I just jumped out and I went to do hair full time. And then from there, I just been a full-time entrepreneur since after I left barbering school. Mm-hmm.
I was on mute. Sorry. I have a
No,
dog
you're
that's
fine.
snoring right here, and I want to make sure
Uh-huh.
he's not in the video. So,
Uh-huh.
congratulations on all of that. Number one. Number two, I knew there was a connection. I went to Gwen Park, and then I went to
Oh,
Bowie.
you did. Really? What year?
That okay, I knew. See,
What year
so
did you go?
I graduated in 2000 from Gwen Park and
Okay.
2004 from Bowie.
Oh wow, small world. Okay,
So,
girl.
so congratulations on all of that. So you just are definitely a very passionate individual when it comes to hair. Absolutely. It seems like it was something that you knew that you wanted to do. Just for me, I knew I wanted to write and edit, no matter what capacity, that's what it was. And it seems like hair, you just knew that that was going to be
Yeah,
the thing. And
yeah.
I enjoyed the part where you said that you would undo people's hair and then redo it back.
Right. No, no. When I used to come out, when they playground, they play around. Sometimes
Oh,
kids come home
you
with
would
their hair out.
you
I was trying to fix it. I ain't messed it up. I fixed it and brought them back home.
I love that. I love that. So tell us really quickly before we jump right into some other things, give us your handles. Where can people find you in your shop and online?
So I am Niques Dollhouse on Instagram, Niques Dollhouse on Facebook. Bear with me because Facebook I'm not too good at that, but I'm working on it. But I'm on Instagram on Niques Dollhouse, and my website, because I also sell hair as well. So I have a website, it's niquesdollhouse.com, and that's where you can purchase the bundles and everything like that. And I also have an organization called City of Bosses as well. So you can find me at City of Bosses _ on there as well.
Amazing. We'll put those links down below. So make sure that you check out Neek and tell us where you're physically located for those that may want to visit the shop and make an appointment.
Yes, I'm in Camp Springs, Maryland.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so I went to your site before
Mhm.
the podcast.
Mhm.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely
Thank
professional.
you.
The
Thank
models
you.
that you have there, I was just like, wait a minute now. So,
Mhm.
it's absolutely, it's really pretty. And
Mhm.
I like the pink, I like the models, I like everything. So you said that you do the seamless install, the hair replacement units, and the bundles. So tell us a little bit more about those services that you
Mhm.
offer, and
Mhm.
how did you get into those things?
Okay. So like I said, sewings was like my first love because that's what I learned from my mom being at home. I learned about everything else when I was in cosmetology school as far as how to take care of hair, what to do with hair, perms, relaxers, everything of that nature was all in cosmetology school. But sewings I've already knew how to do. So that's how I started then. And then I just continued to like, I believe in knowledge is power. So I believe in educating yourself. So even after leaving cosmetology school, I feel like you still should still go to classes, keep up with the trends and things like that. So I've been to a microlink class. I did, and that's actually when I did a male hair replacement unit class. I did a barbering class. I did a styling class. I've done so many different. I did a coloring class. I did so many different classes because I just want to kind of stay on top of my game. And I've always been a more so a well-rounded stylist. Like anything, I used to actually starting out, I used to do braids and everything, dreads, everything. And I stopped doing those because it became overwhelming taking on so many services and trying to keep up with all those different types of clientele. I think it is a hard balance doing male and female clientele, like trying to keep the balance up. But I actually do now, I'm actually about to start trichology as well. I'm trying to get into because a lot of my clients deal with like alopecia, balding, things of that nature. So I'm trying to get into that. And I currently do male hair replacement units, and I have people that suffer from like alopecia or balding. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be, or if their edges are balding or their hair is thinning, sometimes it's not even about just alopecia. It's sometimes from food, that they may be eating medicine, all these different types of things that can cause why your hair is maybe not growing back. So I want to be able to give people the option of, hey, if my hair is not growing back, um, a male hair replacement unit or a wig, because I sell hair too. So I can make wigs for the woman and I can do the toupees for the man, which is like 3 to 4 weeks is a loose hair unit, and it lasts 3 to 4 weeks, and you just lay the hair down. And then the 3 month unit is like almost like a man wig. It has lace under it, so you can color that, cut it, cornrow it, things like that. So those last a little bit longer. But I also want to get in trichology, which is the study of the scalp, so I can help people try to see what's wrong with the follicles and see if it's damaged. If it's not damaged, then we can try to get it back before giving you that option. Because majority of the time, most people want to just wear their natural hair, but they don't have that option. So then we can give them another option. Say it can't come back, all bets is off the table. You guys can get a male hair replacement unit, or you can get a wig. And that's how I kind of got into selling bundles as well, because a lot of these companies, or me, I don't sell anything I wouldn't wear myself. Like bundles that I have in, this is mine that I wear myself. I don't sell anything that I wouldn't stand behind. So I got into that because I'm like, I want to make sure that my clients have, because I used to actually do like wigs for cancer patients. And they used to always talk about how their wigs were so bad that the hospitals used to offer them. So I'm like, I don't want to give them just anything. I want to make sure that their hair is of quality and they like it. And I don't want anything with my name on it that's trash anyway. So
That's right. That's
that's
right.
how. Mm-hmm.
That's right. I love that. And you actually said that you eventually want to open up a one-stop shop salon, if you can talk about that, and then join the hair union.
Mm-hmm.
So discuss that. Discuss both of those.
Yes. So I don't want to be behind the chair for the entire time. Just in the salon and behind the chair. Like I want to open a hair salon that's able to offer all these different types of services. Mainly now, I think I've rerouted to being a trichology based salon, but offering everything one-stop shop. Like you can get your hair done, you can get your nails done, you can make it done, you can do whatever the case may be. But I wanted to specialize mainly in trichology, which is the study of the scalp. So like doing the scalp treatments, but also we can still do microlinks, sew-ins, weaves, whatever else, or barbering, whatever. But I think that's a market that's not tapped into in this area, because there's a lot of people that suffer from these things and nobody really kind of takes care of hair. I don't, it's a different generation now. But
Mhm.
I was when I was doing hair and I was taught taught the old school way. So even now I even have my senior cosmetology license, which is I can even take on people to be apprentice under me, and then I can send them to state board so they can get their license if that was a route they wanted to take, if they didn't want to go to like cosmetology school, but teaching them. So I definitely want to have a salon, a stationary salon where I can work at. But I also, as far as the hair union, I want to go ahead and like do behind the scenes for movies, TV shows, things like that nature. Because I like to be creative too. I don't want to just kind of stay in a box. And because I'm so well rounded, that's why I jumped around to different things, because I like different things. But I definitely want to go behind the scenes and do different things like movies as time goes on, but still have like my stationary locations, multiple locations, and for people to work in and do hair in this area and try to tap into that trichology type market, the scalp, because that's not catered to in this area. And a lot of people don't know how to take care of hair.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I read also that you wanted to be at one point maybe a social worker or a
Mm-hmm.
psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
So where did, because you said as a young girl, hair was your passion. When did the desire to then dive more into people's well-being
Mm-hmm.
come into play? And then when did it sort of fizzle out a little bit?
So I've always wanted to, since I was a kid, I don't know, people always drew to me. Like, I don't know, anybody that always had something going on or whatever the case may be. It's always been like that for me growing up. So I've always found myself kind of being that person anyway. So even being a hairstylist, you're a therapist every day. People come to me all the times and they tell me what's going on. They're crying. There's different things, like they get really deep. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes your therapist, I mean, your hairstylist is your therapist. They tell you deepest, darkest secrets. So it's like, I found a passion in doing that. I'm like, I actually kind of found two passions in one, which was when able to pour into people mentally, mentally, and then also physically. So it's like mentally you feel better, and then after that you even look better at the end. So I found it being able to do two in one, being almost like a therapist or a psychologist, or so to speak, social worker in a sense, but and then being a hairstylist. So it kind of all merged together, and it makes it even more meaningful. And I feel like that's where the passion comes from, when it comes for me doing hair, because it's not just something I know how to do, it's something I love doing, and I have a passion behind it for doing.
Right. Absolutely. And that comes through. So it
Mm-hmm.
definitely comes through like you were born to be a servant,
Mm-hmm.
and in this aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So then if people are drawn to you naturally and they're pouring out, then how do you then decompress? How do you find that balance within your life once you're away from your
And
client?
honestly, that's a tough one, because that has been the hard thing, trying to decompress, trying to find that balance. Because I'm the type of person, I don't just cancel on my clients for no reason. I ain't about to just cancel, go to the bar or something. I'm really like, when I was working one day, I was actually going to the gym, because it's kind of hard. You're trying to work out, eat right, do this, do that, even trying to find the time to eat. Sometimes I don't eat all day. Like, I can work from morning, noon, to night, like from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. and I'm in the shop, and I come home and take a shower, I fall asleep. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot I didn't even eat yesterday. The next day I'm hungry, head is headache, all these different types of things. And um it was kind of hard trying to find the balance. And I think that's still something that I'm trying to master, is balance. But what I had to learn was to take care of yourself, because it wears and tears on your body, and it presents in your work. Because like one time I went to the gym and I was going out and I was working out and stuff. And um because of the way we stand on our mats every day, or the posture that we have because of what we do, and me bending down to do shampoos, I used to have really bad back pain, still do. But I used to have really bad back pain. And I went to the gym one day and I was working out, and like my back just gave out. Like, I pulled something wrong and I fell and I screamed so loud. Oh, screamed so loud. And then I went to the doctor, and I was like, I was in a wheelchair for like 2 days. I couldn't even walk really. And then it was like I found out that I have a disc in my vertebrae that was deteriorating because of the posture of where I stand all day, and not being able to sit up straight, or like punching over or things like that. And that was giving me really bad back pain. And I went in there one day And I actually, I had a client the following day, and I got to the hospital at like 5 a.m. But mind you, you know, when you're going to do these type of things, it lost track of mine that day. And I reached out to my client. I was like, I forgot that I'm so sorry. I forgot about, yeah, because I don't cancel on clients. That's not me. So I'm like, the doctor told me I need to be on bed rest, and I still decided that I was going to go to shop anyway because I didn't want to cancel, and I didn't like to cancel. So I'm strolling up in the shop. I'm literally doing her hair on my knees. But that day, it just was like, you know, you had to learn, and that day kind of taught me because even with me still doing that, people don't really, you know, sometimes people don't really care. It's like, you know, like, and this was a new client that I had, and she just was like, what's your ETA? Like, are you here? Da-da-da. Don't really care about what you have going on. And I'm like, there's people that cancel that don't even care about you. And I'm on my knees, literally in a chair on my knees, braiding her hair down. And I finished the whole service. And after that, my coworkers was like, Nique, what are you doing? Like, go home, take care of yourself, whatever the case may be. And sometimes my passion can be to a fault because sometimes I overwork myself. And that day kind of taught me a valuable lesson, like take care of yourself, because today or tomorrow, if you die, all they're gonna do is go find another stylist, you know? So I just decided to focus and try to balance and make my time make more sense with that, and try to take different type of services that make more sense for the time being, rather than overworking yourself and working smarter and not harder.
Absolutely. And that makes a lot of sense, you know, because I can imagine that people really are focused on them when they're getting a service done, whether it's hair, nails, massage, or whatever. And they really aren't thinking that the person that's doing it needs to be well in order to do that service effectively. So yeah, I'm glad that you learned that lesson. What then is it like to have a family life or a dating life or anything like that, like with your type of profession? Is that difficult to manage if it's kind of hard for you to find that work-life balance for yourself?
It is hard. It is difficult. And like, that's why I continue to educate myself, because that's when I learned, like, and everything that I learned, I kind of learned by trial and error. As time was going on in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do everything. I'm not gonna let no money pass me. Like, I'm gonna do every type of service, until now that I learned that it doesn't make sense to I think it makes more sense to specialize than offering so many different services. Because it's like, say you see somebody that does frontals all day, then you see somebody that does frontals sporadically here and there and there. You'll quicker be like, because I'm thinking, even for me, like, hey, she does frontals all day, she does it sporadically. It does look good, but I know she's a master at this. She's perfected this craft. So I'm probably gonna go book with her instead of this person. And I learned that, being well-rounded is a great thing, because now I can offer my clients anything. When it comes down to it, I know how to fix this problem, solve this problem. If, say, somebody has alopecia and they need finger waves to do this, to cover something up, or cut this way or relax this way, I know how to do these things. Even if I don't specialize in them, I still know how to offer them. So now I learned that specializing makes more sense, because it's more profitable that way, and you get your time back that way. So say you do something that is like more high ticketed items for a short amount of time. So say, like, if you did something like a male hair replacement units, if you can get that done in an hour and a half, and that's $350, or say you're doing the 3-month one, is $650. Now you kind of met your quota earlier in the time. So that's been my way of trying to work smarter and not harder, and trying to continue to educate myself in different areas, so I can still get my time back, be able to do my craft, get what people need to get done. Because my clients and me, we're like family, like, to the point where I'm going to children's baby showers, birthday parties, baby showers, everything of that nature. So like, we're like family now. And I love the relationship that I have with my clients. And now that I've continued to educate myself and learn more things, I feel like it's better this way than trying to just do so many things at one time. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And so I want to go back to City of Bosses. We kind of skirted over that, and so I apologize.
Oh,
I
you're
would
good.
like for you to talk about the City of Bosses and what it is and how people can connect.
Okay, so City of Bosses actually is a brand new organization. We're actually having our first event March 23rd. It's a networking brunch from 1 to 6, and it's going to be in Laurel. And how City of Bosses started, actually, because of my passion, I know, and with my clients, I have a lot of clientele that does different things. I have a lot of people that I know that are entrepreneurs and do a lot of different things. And I feel like a lot of people are sitting on their talent. And I've been to different cities, I've been to different areas, like, so, you know, like Atlanta, and a lot of people over there, they do a lot of networking events and have a lot of these type of things where people can come, connect, and show love. But we don't really have that over here. And I feel like with the City of Bosses, it's an organization for like-minded visionaries and entrepreneurs, because you don't have to necessarily be an entrepreneur. You can work a regular 9 to 5, but everybody come together and to connect, because sometimes it's not about what you know how to do. I mean, it's not about what you know how to do, it's about who you know. You just by connecting with somebody can also open up an opportunity or a door for you. Or when it comes down to whatever you know how to do, or your craft, or whatever you do, sometimes you can offer somebody else a different service. Like, say somebody is a hairstylist, they need a photographer. You can come in the event and meet somebody that might be a photographer or an accountant or this, and you just want to keep that dynamic hub going for people to. I want people to leave feeling inspired. Also, I want people to feel the love in the room and the genuality in the room, because I feel like in this generation, that's what we lack. And nobody really supports genuinely anymore. Everything is like a competition, or, you know, and I just feel like I think the DMV area lacks that love and that support and that middle ground. And I think that's why I was trying to build the City of Bosses, because originally it just was a regular, like it was my birthday and I was like thinking about a brunch. But when I thought deeper, it's just like, it's so many people that need something like this, or need to come around different people, or just to be inspired, like something as far as, even if you're not an entrepreneur, and say you come to an event and somebody there is talking about taxes and credit and business and how to build business credit and things like that. Say you have your regular taxes, you don't even know how to do your regular taxes or things like that. You can come and learn and take some knowledge from that, and, you know, apply it to your life. And when you come into this area now, you probably feel like you're the only one that feels this way or thinks this way, and now you're coming around like-minded people that think the same way as you. And now everybody can feed off each other's energy, everybody can grow together, and now you're building that friendship, or that circle, or that hub for everybody to come and just build and grow together. And I think that's the main thing for me, because this is just the first event that we're going to have, because I have a couple panelists that's going to speak. I have a saxophonist that's going to play. She's a Black young girl. We have 2 singers that's going to sing. We have brunch. We have a photo booth. We have a DJ. We have mimosas. We have a chef going to come out. And every last one of these people in here all have their own businesses and do things in those realms. And it's about highlighting each other, because even the chef that we have that's coming, amazing, 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 amazing. And not too many people know about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this gives you the opportunity to, hey, present your food. Now people know, hey, this is what it is. That's, for me, that's what City of Boss is all about. Putting on everybody around us, and in our area on, basically, and showing love to one another. And that, even if it's an artist, you sing, you rap, you do whatever the case may be. This would be, if you do say we do a sip and paint event, if somebody's an artist and they draw, and then we all come out and we allow, now we're getting to know this person that's an artist. You get what I'm saying? So it's really about just that for me, just showing love and being genuine and learning, you know what I'm saying, from one another. And that's kind of how the City of Bosses came about. And because, you know, we're in the city, the DMV being in,
Absolutely.
and we're all bosses.
Absolutely. I love that. And I'm glad we
Mhm.
went back to that.
Mhm.
You know, and so this is your first event, March 26th,
23rd.
23rd, 2024, because this video
Mhm.
may air like 2 years later. I don't want people to be like, oh, it's coming up.
Yes.
Even though we're going to speak it into existence, this is an
Right.
annual event. Okay. So, but congratulations on your first event of this kind, and I wish
Mhm.
it much success.
Mhm. Thank you.
So like, yeah, you're a powerhouse all by yourself.
Mhm.
Like, seriously. And so what is your team like? What is your support group like? Who do you have supporting you that's in your corner to help you continue to elevate? Do you have any mentors, any family, any friends, you know, that are
So,
really helping you?
well, my parents are actually entrepreneurs. My household is entrepreneurs. My dad is a contractor. My mom does interior design, and she actually makes furniture from scratch. Like, she can build a dresser. Like, she can do anything. Like, anything she put her hands on, my mom can get it done. She actually does. She actually does a lot of things. She's a jack of all trades. She's does interior designing. She does event planning. She does makes furniture. She's a real estate agent. She does a lot of things. And my dad is a contractor. He's been doing that since he was like 15. He builds houses from the ground up. So everything under the sun that has anything to do with a house. And then my sister, she's actually a chef as well.
Wow.
And then my other sister, she does, she's a makeup artist. She does it for weddings, and she travels, doing for movies, little sets and things like that. So that's what she does. And actually my brother-in-law, he does like he does the security, does the gun license thing. So a lot of people, my family, my immediate family, is all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So I grew up in that type of realm or that household. So that's why I kind of, I guess, think that way or move that way, because I was kind of like raised that way. And nonetheless, they would have been all open to me doing whatever I decided I wanted to do. But I think it just was in me to want to do, to be a hairstylist or be an entrepreneur. And then as far as support, they support me with anything that I do or any of my endeavors. And I have my friends sometimes, even when I was learning to do hair, and I'm like, come on, girl, let me come and do your frontal on you. Let me try it out on you. My friends, I used to be like, let me cut your hair. And I used to do it. Actually, when I first started out, I had a suite in the house. My dad actually built me a hair room. And so first I started doing clients in the house. And once I started booming, my dad was like, okay, you need to get in the shop. Ding dong every 2 seconds. Let me get you in the shop.
Yeah.
So I went in the shop, and from there it's been history. At first I actually was working at, I think at the time I was young, I was working at Busboys and Poets, I think. And I was a server, and I was doing hair on the side. But once I realized that my side income was making more than my regular job, now it was time to go. But I also realized,
Yeah, I was saying that it's time to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I realized, like, in order to grow in your business, you needed some type of financial stability first in order to pour into your business. So I used that job to kind of brick by brick, flat iron by flat iron, comb by comb, and just kept building from there until I got to where I am today. So I just kept adding on until we got here. But as far as support, I definitely have my friends and family definitely stand behind me 110%. And yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's a story in itself, because a lot of people don't come from, they have to learn how to do that. And, just the fact that you were able to benefit and see the work that goes into it and the passion and the drive. That's a beautiful story in itself.
Thank you.
And so we are coming down on the last little bit of time. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we close out?
Anything I would like to say? I would like to say, whatever you guys decide to do, or whatever anyone wants to do, whatever your passion, drive, whatever the case may be, it could be something as simple as making light bulbs. Go 110 at it. If you want to make a round light bulb, a square light bulb, LED lights, whatever the case may be, just be the best at what you are. I mean, what you want to do. Because don't let nobody ever shadow down or make you feel like this is too small or this is not going to be good enough, or whatever the case may be. The sky's the limit. You can go as far as you want to be, and you can prosper as far as you want to go. And don't let life circumstances or maybe ways that you were raised or things that happen in your lifetime to hold you back from anything that you want to do. There's too many stories out here, just like Tyler Perry and Taraji and stories like that can inspire you to want to keep going, even though you don't have the best humble beginnings. So you could do anything you put your mind to do. And that's what even City of Boston is all about. So come join the organization if you would like, you know what I'm saying? Come be a part. We still building. This is the ground up right now. So we'll see 2 years later where we're at with it. But this is the beginning stage. I'm a one-man band right now. I don't have no team behind me or anything. So we're going to see what happens as time goes on and how far we can build. Or we might even be a nonprofit for small businesses soon. Who knows? But we're just going to start here and keep it going.
I love that. Thank you so much for
Mhm.
your time. Everyone, please check out all of the links, and particularly because this will air before the March 23rd event of City of Boston. Please make sure that you check that out and grab the tickets and be sure that you're in attendance at that event. Thank you so much. You have dropped a
Of
wealth of
course.
knowledge in a short amount of time. And so now that you guys have followed Niques Dollhouse, make sure that if you like this video, you also subscribe, like, and share